Are you frustrated with those pesky lines that seem to never go away? The forehead lines, 11 lines, neck lines? Do you have sun damage, age spots, or acne scars? I am telling you, this is the number one thing you can do for a variety of skin issues. It's easy, it's cheap, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know to safely perform a TCA chemical peel treatment at home. I'm talking about proper preparation, how to apply both a 7% under and around the eye area, as well as a 13% TCA peel on the face and neck. I'm also going to be sharing with you aftercare and what to expect during the peeling process. Plus, I'll be sharing with you photos of myself during the peeling process, so it gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect. So please note, I'm not an esthetician nor a dermatologist, so it is so important to do your own research before attempting a peel, and consider consulting with a dermatologist before doing any peels, especially TCA, which can cause burns if not done properly. So let's get started. All right, so why TCA? Because it's actually a powerful chemical exfoliant that can work wonders in skin rejuvenation. And that is because it penetrates deep into the skin layers, promoting the shedding of the outermost layer and stimulating the production of new, smoother skin cells and collagen, which we all want more of. I always thought that TCA peels or any type of chemical peel was really just for hyperpigmentation in dark skin due to sun damage, but it's not. It helps to build collagen, so it can definitely help to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles as well. So you're gonna see a smoother textured on this area, around the eye area. What's really important to note also is that a TCA peel, these peels that you're doing at home, you're gonna need a series of them in order to get the results that you want. So this isn't like going in office where you're doing something really intense and you're gonna have a lot of downtime, but your results are gonna be a lot better within maybe 3 to 4 weeks, okay? You're definitely gonna see results to the point where it's definitely gonna motivate you to want to continue going on. These peels are gonna take a series, so I say every 4 to 6 weeks. And then once you get your face where you like it, you could probably just do a TCA peel maybe once or twice a year to keep the skin really super healthy and to prevent any further hyperpigmentation to surface through. I have done a video on the different types of peels, their benefits, and how to use them. Check out that video here. If you have never done any type of at-home peel or used any type of acids, such as glycolic acids, I suggest starting with an alpha hydroxy acid peel a few times before going in with a TCA peel. And that's because you're just getting the skin prepped, and it's not going to be like the TCA is, it's intense. So you're going to feel it. So that's why I think it's really important to go in at home and try a TCA peel or a salicylic peel, mandelic peel, any one of those. Maybe start with a lactic or mandelic, which tends to be as intense, I guess you could say, than a TCA, and then you can work your way up. So it's always important that you are watching this video in its entirety. While this is a very easy process, there's so much information that you really need to know as far as prepping the skin, what you need to look for during the peel treatment, and then what to look for afterwards. Once you've done these once or twice, I mean, you're gonna find that it's super easy. So please watch this video at least once in its entirety. All right, let's talk about some warnings or some things that you need to know before doing a TCA peel. So you're gonna wanna stop any active ingredients such as retinol, glycolic acid, at least 5 to 3 days before the peel. If you are using tretinoin, you're probably going to want to stop at least 5 days prior, especially if you have sensitive skin. You're not going to want to use any needling techniques the same week as a peel Wait an entire week before applying a peel to the skin. Also, do not shave or wax within 24 hours of the treatment, and never apply a peel to tanned skin. There is excess melanin, and that can lead to spotting. And also, do not apply if you are pregnant. Do not use a TCA if you have been on Accutane within the past year. Also, do not apply if you're just not healthy, or if you have or get herpes simplex, those cold sores on your mouth. You're definitely going to want to get a prescription. There is medication that you can take right before the peel to ensure that you don't have any cold sores that come out a day or two after the peel. If you have hyperpigmentation or darker skin, olive or darker skin, you're definitely going to want to go in with a pigment inhibitor. This is going to ensure that you are getting a very even peel and that you are not darkening or making your hyperpigmentation or dark spots any worse than what they are. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the TCA peels that I love from Platinum Skincare. That's who I go through. I love all of the research that they do. I love that Platinum Skincare is really all about how to do at-home chemical peels. They also have tons of other products for prep, for aftercare, that work really well with these. The formulations are brilliant. They have a ton of videos on how to do them, all other types of peels that you can do at home as well. So I really suggest checking out Platinum Skincare's videos. Look at their before and afters. They are amazing. And I think it's just going to help give you some motivation to be like, oh my gosh, like, I need to do this. So it's really important to start with something like Fade Bright. If you are going to be using Platinum Skincare, Fade Bright is a pigment inhibitor. So you're looking for those ingredients that is going to inhibit the pigment. So for example, another one that you can use that's pretty affordable that I get on Amazon is Queens of New York. And this is their 7-in-1 White and Bright. This has all of the pigment inhibitors that you need. I love this. Use this, at least start a pigment inhibitor 2 weeks before the peel. That's really important if you are already not using pigment inhibitors. Okay. So 2 weeks before, morning and evening, use your pigment inhibitors. Let us know in the comments section if you do TCA peels and what you do at home and if you love the results. I'm going to put off to the side supplies that you are going to need. I'm going to point out a couple. It's so important that you have gloves. Learn from me. I did not the first time I had done a peel and my fingers peeled so bad. Oh my gosh. And that is a very weird feeling. I had dead skin hanging out. I mean, it was horrible. So make sure that you have gloves. Another thing, a magnifying mirror. That is really important as well, because you're going to be checking the skin while you are waiting for the peel to penetrate into the skin. So magnifying mirror is a must. All right, let's talk about prepping the skin. You can definitely use a numbing cream. If you have really sensitive skin, you might want to do that. I don't use a numbing cream, but if you do, make sure that you are using as directed. You're going to want to clean the skin. Even if you use a numbing cream, you're going to want to make sure that the skin is squeaky clean. You don't want any cream residue left on the face. So something that I like to do, I do a double cleanse. And what I do is the first one that I use is this is QRX Lab. This is a glycolic acid wash. I love this. This is a gel formulation. And then I will go in with my Hibit Cleanse. My Hibit Cleanse is like surgeons use this to sanitize their hands when they are doing surgery. And I love to use this. So I ensure, and I do, I use it on my face and I use it on my hands just to ensure that everything is squeaky clean. Then what you're going to want to do, Platinum Skincare sells their preparation. This is their Peel Prep Solution B, and it lets you know right on here, it says what peels that you will use the prep solution. This one says TCA and Jesner's, so that's why I've got the B. This is basically just a 90% alcohol. So if you don't want to get this, just make sure that you have some sort of 90% alcohol that you can wipe the skin with. The next step that we're going to go in is we are going to use Vaseline, and we are going to use a Q-tip to put this on the areas that you don't want your peel running into. So for example, I like to use it right on the lash line, the corners of my eyes and under the lash line as well on both eyes, just to ensure that you don't have any rundown. It's not getting in your eyes. Another place that I like to use this is on the corners of the mouth. Don't want those peeling. It's very painful. So make sure that, you know, you've got some Vaseline on there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just a nice little thin layer is all you need. And I also like to put some on my lips. You can go around the lips, but do not have peel solution on your lips. This is going to act as a barrier so that we don't have any problems and our peel solution gets in those areas that we don't want them to. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna put on our gloves, and now it's time to just get into the peel solution. I like to put my peel solution in a little glass container. It's just easier to get out with your little like cotton swab thing. When you order these peels, they give you like these little pads. These are not the ones that come with it, but I don't like the ones that they add in with the TCA because it's not woven very good. It's not woven tight like this. And I found it to just be actually just, it doesn't feel good on the skin. So these are silken wipes. Again, I will list everything in the product description, but I like to use these. Really important to know, how wet are you going to be making this to put on the face? You don't want it where it's dripping, and you definitely don't want it to be almost dry. So a good balance is really important. So you do want to wring it out. And I really think that's, you know, you definitely want to wring it out. So I am just going in, as you can see, taking that solution, and I'm really wringing it out. I don't want anything rolling, you know, or dripping on my skin. So yeah, this is good. Okay. We're going to start with the TCA 7 and we're going to go right around the eye area. You are doing one layer at first. So you're not going like on the same area a couple of times. You are doing one layer and then you're moving down and doing another area and then another area. So you're not overlapping, I guess is what I'm saying. So when you're doing the eye area, get in, I'm going to show you, but you're going to want to get into the inner eye, and then you're going to bring it out. You want to make sure that you get those crow's feet as well. So let me kind of demonstrate, and then you guys can do, but I like to get in there, and then I'm going on the upper brow, one. I like to do the mid, and then the third swipe is near the lash line, and then I'm doing the same thing here. Getting those crow's feet to a little bit lower, and about right there. Okay, and then you're just doing the other side. It's probably gonna feel a little stingy. If it doesn't, that is okay too. No fret. It's still working. All right, so now we're gonna go on with the TCA 13, and we are going to put that on the face. I'm not gonna demonstrate how to do it on the neck just because I think this video would be a little too long, but you can do the same thing. You will get the idea. You can do it on the neck. You can do it on the décolleté. You also can do TCA peels on the hands, on the arms. She does all on Platinum Skincare. They do videos all about that. So we're gonna start, and we're gonna start here, and we're just gonna go this way. So watch maybe me first. I'm gonna go here and I'm going all the way around. Again, get those 11 lines. And here. Don't forget the nose. See how I'm going around the mouth. Just not on the lips, and then down here, and then heck, let's get the under chin area. There you go. And you would do the same thing. Super easy. Now what we're gonna do is we are actually got our little handy dandy timer, and we are going to wait 5 minutes. So while I am waiting 5 minutes, I'm gonna share some information with you. It's really important during this time while you're waiting is to check the skin. If the skin, if this is just like too spicy for you and you're like, oh my gosh, and your face is just like on fire, just try to leave it on maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and then you can just rinse it off. That is gonna calm everything down. And then the next month, wait a good 4 weeks, go ahead and maybe try it again and increase it to maybe a minute or a minute and a half. And you're gonna wanna do that until you get to 5 minutes. Once you get to 5 minutes, then you can add on your second layer. So that's just kind of a good rule of thumb. Another thing that you're gonna wanna be looking for is frosting. Frosting is a white spackling or a white frosting on an area. One peel that I did, I got some frosting on my 11s, and it's fine, it's normal. No need, you don't need to wipe it off, you can just leave it, but you're not gonna wanna add on another layer to the frosted area. If the rest of the skin is, you're feeling really good and you wanna go in on another layer with another layer, you definitely can. Just skip the parts that are frosted. All right, let's talk about devices and peels. If you have been following me, you probably are a device user. I am all about beauty devices. A good rule of thumb is to wait until there is absolutely no more peeling before using any beauty devices. That is what you're gonna wanna do. And the only one that you can use is red light therapy. So red light therapy, I'm gonna show you right after my peel, I'm gonna be using red light therapy, and I will use it every day until, even when I'm peeling. So it's great to accelerate that wound healing process. It's great to calm the skin. So that's the only beauty device that you definitely can use during this treatment. So no microneedling as well. No radiofrequency, microcurrent, ultrasound, anything else. You are going to want to wait until your skin has no more dead skin on it. All right, so if this is the first time doing a peel, you're only going to want to do 1 to 2 layers, and then you're going to stop. You might only get to 1 layer. That's totally fine. It's really going to depend on how you're feeling. If it's just that you can't stand it, like I said again, then you're going to want to stop. First time I did it in a TCA 13, I was actually able to do 2 layers. The second layer was pretty spicy for me. And so you will also feel the increase in strength every layer that you do, that your face is going to get a little bit more hot. So you're going to wait 4 weeks and then you can add a layer. So let me kind of break this down. If you're doing a TCA 13 all over the face, you wait 5 minutes, you do another TCA 13 layer, and you wait 5 minutes, you are done, you can rinse it off, and then in 4 weeks, try to do 3 layers. The next 4 weeks, 4 layers, and so on. Once you get up to where you can do 5 layers, then you're gonna wanna go up in strength. So the next one after a TCA 13 is TCA 20. And I'm telling you, it's a huge jump. So you might only be able to do 1 layer of the TCA 20, and that's totally fine. Or you might just only be able to leave it on for a couple of minutes. So just always monitor that. It's really going in slow is really what you want to do when dealing with peels at home. Okay, so we are done with the first layer. I'm now going in again with that second layer. We're gonna go ahead and do the under eye area, and you're doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Now, when you're doing the under eye area, your under eye area is gonna be very crepey. For the first few days. It's normal. It's going to get really dried out. You're just going to want to keep it hydrated, and it will peel, but you're going to see lovely results. So let's do the 13 on the face. Get those 11s. Now, if you have really sensitive skin, you may want to go in with a TCA 7 on your face and start there. Start really slow. That is fine. I'm a tretinoin user. And we're doing the 5 minutes again. So I use glycolic acids. I do, glycolic peels. So I felt really comfortable doing a TCA 13 on my face to start with. But if you have more sensitive skin, you might, again, like I said, want to start with a TCA 7 on the face and the eye area. So play around with that, but always go slow. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a few other things while we're waiting. When is the best time to do a peel? At night is the best time. I would not do this during the day. You don't want the face all red. You don't want to go outside. So, and also when you're sleeping, all of the magic is happening. So cells are working extra hard. The wound healing process is healing itself. So really do this in the evening. When will you start the peeling process? It depends, and it's very different on everyone. So typical 3 to 4 days usually starts, and it's usually around this area. Neck and chest will take longer. And for me, I didn't even peel on my neck when I did a TCA 13. And you may not peel, and that is okay. Don't think that it's not working. It's definitely working. The next time you might want to add on additional, you may want to go, up on strength. Or, if you do, let's say 2 layers and you didn't see any peeling, you might want to shoot up for maybe 4 layers the next time rather than 3. And I'm also going to give you some advice on how you can accelerate the peeling process. The peeling will last anywhere from another 2 to 3 days. So give yourself a good solid 7 days of downtime. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I just sit at home. I don't really go anywhere. And if you do go somewhere, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're wearing, SPF. You cannot wear any makeup on your face. It's a hot, peeling mess. You're not going to want to do that. Okay, so that's why it's just really important just to be at home. Okay, so something that you can do to accelerate that healing process is actually add on retinol. And I'm going to be talking about that when we're talking about aftercare. So what are you going to notice? During the process, the next day you might see some swelling, some redness. This is completely normal, especially if you have sensitive skin. A cold compress or even these gold globes can really help to calm the area. And I love to use these right after this peel, and I'll show you in just a moment. But give it time to really kind of go down. Your skin is going to go down after a few hours after the peel, but you might see some swelling in the next day, which is totally normal. Your dark spots and hyperpigmentation are going to become darker. That, again, is completely normal. It is the pigment moving up into the upper layers, which is what we want to, minimize it and to give you brighter skin. So when will you see results? You're definitely going to see results probably within 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. But you're going to see even better results when you do a series of 4 to 5 peels. Again, waiting 4 to 6 weeks in between your peeling sessions. But you're going to see results, and I think you're going to be, like the first one is going to keep you really motivated. There's so many things. So if you're like, okay, I got to TCA 20 and I'm at 5 layers, and Jodylynn and Platinum Skincare tell me not to go any higher at home, what else can I do? There's a lot of things that you can do. You can combine it with a, Jesner peel. You can combine it with a Mandelic peel. So just kind of check out those videos. She gives you a lot of options. But once again, when you get to where your skin is just you're really loving it, you only need to really do it about once to twice a year. And always know that, especially if you've had prior sun damage, your skin is always turning over. And especially if you're using retinol, you're going to see that there's going to probably be some times when you're like, wait a minute, like I got this brown spot, because there's so much hyperpigmentation in dark skin, really, really deep into that skin that will eventually come to surface. So this is probably something you're going to always have to do. And it's going to also just keep your skin super healthy and glowy. You're going to love the glow from these peels as well. Now, my 5 minutes is up. Another thing that you can do, if you check the skin, if you feel really comfortable, go in with another layer, or what you can do is take a Q-tip and you could just spot treat. Okay, so take the Q-tip, saturate it with the peeling solution, wring it out, and let's say that I just want to go on my 11s. That's all you're doing. These lines here. You see what I'm saying? These lines. So maybe you just want to go on certain areas. This. That's it. Wait another 5 minutes and then you're good to go. All right, let's talk about aftercare. So my 5 minutes is up. I am now going to go in and I am rinsing off the solution. You might want to have a bucket on hand with ice, in the water, but whatever, you're going to want to use cold water and you're just going to really want to wash it off and rinse it off really good. So I will be right back. All right. Face is looking good. It is off. I have rinsed everything off. What I like to do, this is optional. I love to do red light therapy on my face right after. It helps to calm the skin down and also accelerate that whole healing process. So I'm gonna actually be using, this is by Farad Beauty. And the reason that I love this for these types of treatments when doing a chemical peel is that you can see that this has holes, and it also, the eye area is a lot taller, which means that this is not going to sit on the face. This has no contact on the face when I put this on. And I love that, because if you're using a mask, your face can get warm just because it's sitting on the skin. I don't want anything sitting on my skin. I feel it feels uncomfortable after doing a chemical peel. And I love that this is breathable and it can move, like that circulation can kind of move it around, move the air around, which I love. So I'm going to do 10 minutes of this and I'll be back. All right. So after I've done that, what is it that we are going to do for our skincare? What you're going to want to do is, this is really a must if you can, get copper peptides. To me, this is just one of those things that you really need to have on hand during a chemical peel. So I love the Ordinary one. Another one that is really good, I'm out of it, I need to get more, is the Niad. This is copper amino isolate serum 3. This is a very highly concentrated copper peptide. I love to use this during this treatment. Copper peptides are amazing. They have wonderful benefits, especially if you are doing something like this. I'll post over some information on how it can be helpful. But copper peptides to me is a must after the peel. Another thing that is optional is a growth factor. So I like to use growth factors during this process. It's also just great to calm the skin and to heal the skin. So I love to use the Neogenesis Recovery. I always have this on hand because it is amazing. After microneedling, after something like this, it's expensive, which is why I don't use it every day, but I love it for these types of treatments. You're definitely going to want to use your pigment inhibitors. So I'm going to go ahead and put in on my Queens of New York. Now let's talk about retinol. Now, retinol is wonderful to use. You don't need to use it if you don't want to, but it is going to help to accelerate the peeling process because retinol helps with cell turnover. So I say use retinol up until it starts peeling. Once your skin starts to peel, you're going to want to stop with the retinol. Okay? Don't need to use it. Just allow the peeling process to happen. So another thing that I like to do right now after I've got that, so I have got on my Ordinary copper peptides, Neogenesis, and then my retinol. I'm going to be using the Paula's Choice retinol just because I'm actually testing this one out. This is a great one so far. And then what I'm going to do is use, and this is going to be optional, you can use, if you wanted to use Vaseline, you could, but I like to use emu oil. I love the benefits of this, and they sell these in really large, containers of emu oil because it is so amazing at keeping the skin hydrated. First of all, it has amazing benefits as far as healing. It's kind of like your Vaseline, but a lot more cosmetically elegant, which is why I love this. I'm obsessed with this, and I always have this on hand for these types of things. You can definitely use this in the evening as well, like every day for your skincare. It's truly remarkable. You don't need a lot, just a little, and you're just literally just gonna press it into the skin. All right, so what am I doing while I'm peeling? While you are peeling, so the days after you are just going to, you can use the same skincare routine up until you start to peel. Once you start to peel, stop with the retinol, okay? You could definitely still go on with the copper peptides, the Neogenesis, and then your emu oil, but you're just gonna allow it to peel. Do not do this. Don't peel it, all of that dead skin. It's very important because you can actually create dark spots from that. So you're just gonna let it do its thing. If you've got a lot of skin that's kind of hanging, you can take some scissors and you can just go like this and you can kind of trim it off. Another thing that you can do, I am so bummed because Platinum Skincare had this beautiful enzyme mask, and enzyme masks are amazing at just getting rid of that dead skin. It does not penetrate deep into the skin. So it's really just for that top layer to get rid of that dead skin on the top. They don't have it anymore. I'm so bummed. They have the bubble and they also have a wash now. So I have not tried those, but that is something that you can do. The wash is supposed to be an enzyme wash that I'm assuming that you can use. So in the morning, you definitely can wash the face. You can use just a light like this, you know, very, very light. You're not going in hard to get rid of all of that dead skin off. So something to kind of keep in mind. All right, so there you go. That is how you do a chemical peel. So let me know if you have any questions. I will go ahead and answer any questions that you have. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss my upcoming videos. Until next time.